So hi Katie, thank you for coming in today. I just wanted to thank you for seeing me again. I've been approached by a couple of students who are concerned about you. I'm concerned about you. You engaging in some unhealthy behaviors, and so I wanted to talk to you about that today. But before we do, I just wanted to remind you about confidentiality. I really want to protect you and everything that you share with me, and to that extent, I want to be able to protect your safety. So if you share anything um, that may indicate that you're hurting yourself or being hurt by someone else, or you plan on hurting um, anybody else, I will have to respond to be able to protect you and other people. Is that all right?
Uh, yeah, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, some of the things that I've been hearing is just about you engaging in some behaviors that are unsafe and unhealthy. Is that true?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Well, here we go. I hear that you've been cutting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, i if you're okay with it, would you show me? Okay. That's okay. Thanks. Um, Thank you for that. It was very brave of you to do. Katie, I know I said that if I found out that someone was hurting you or you were hurting yourself, that I would be responsible to bring in the right people to ensure you're safe. So part of my responsibilities now is to actually let your parents know that you've been cutting.
Right now?
Yeah.
No, you can't bring them in right now. Like, if you tell them right now, they're going to come in and they're just going to freak out on me. I don't want to be here when you tell them.
No, and I get that. I get that. I want to let you know if you want to not be in the room when I tell your parents, and I could bring it to them first, that's totally fine. If we'll explain to them how now's not the time to punish you, to take things away from you, to even show your arms to them. Now's more of a time to be more supportive. And so with that, if it's okay with you, I could tell them privately. That way, you don't have to be in the room when I tell them. Is that fine?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Katie. I also have to ask: have you ever thought about suicide?
No, I couldn't do that to my parents. Like, I mean, I get really, really sad, and, it's probably not the best way to deal with it, but, like, this is how I make it stop.
Okay. Well, if you ever do have those type of thoughts, just please know that we're here for you. And if you ever need anyone to talk to, we are here to help you out with that too. Okay. Now, before I call your parents, I do want to ask you some questions about how you're feeling right now. Um, and so we're going to go about that with scaling questions, right? So I'm going to ask you about the feeling, and I want you to answer it from 1 to 10. 1 being not at all, and 10 being very intense. So, for example, how nervous and anxious do you usually feel?
I'm always anxious. My dad yells at me about how I need better friends and how I need better grades, but, like, I'm an average kid. I have A's and B's. I do all right, but it's not good enough. Like, he wants me to have more than just the few A's and B's that I have. Like, I'm at a 10, and now they're coming in, and I'm even more stressed out.
Okay. Yeah, no, and that's hard, right? That's a lot of pressure that they put on you, and I can see how that's a lot of stress, right? That's a lot of stress. So I do want to thank you for sharing that with me, okay? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you feel like you're falling apart and going to pieces?
Oh, gosh, a lot of the time, like 8 or 9. Just, I don't know, I'm always stressed out, and I get teased at school all the time, and it's painful. Like, people make fun of my eyes, or they tell me that I walk funny, and it's hard to hear that. And, like, that's why I started to cut. Like, I didn't know how to deal with it.
And it's a shame that it happens, but it does happen, and it would be foolish for us to think that it doesn't. So you're right. That would be hard to hear day in and day out. So thank you for sharing that as well. How often do you feel numbness or tingling in your body?
Probably like an 8.
And so, could you tell me a little bit about how you feel after cutting?
It's like, I don't know, it's like I feel like there's like a release, but then I feel bad because I did it, because people get concerned and they talk about it, and then it's like I feel ashamed because I did it, and now I'm right back to where I started, and I'm anxious all over again, and it builds up all over again.
That is difficult, right? Having to worry about your feelings and then the feelings of other people. I get that's got to be hard, especially when they contradict one another, right? If that makes you feel um, the way you feel after cutting and it's a release, there are definite ways to go about it in ways that won't cause such a reaction. So many people do many different things to cope. For example, when a person who smokes feels anxious, they feel the impulse to smoke in order to feel better, and that negative reinforcement encourages the smoking behavior. This is similar with cutting. For you, cutting is a coping behavior that helps you reduce anxiety and to feel better. So let's start here. So for the next week, I would like for you to fill out a thought recovery journal. And so what that means is every time you feel anxious or you feel triggered, I want you to record it. I want you to write it down. I want you to write down the time, the events that led up to it, how you felt about it, and what did you do with those feelings? How did you cope with it? And it's also important to make as many entries as you want. Anytime you start to get those feelings, write them down.
Okay.
There are no wrong answers. Next week we will talk about the entries and start working on ways we can make positive changes and reduce your anxiety.
Okay.
Sound all right?
Yeah, it is.
One thing is that teens find helpful for combating feelings of anxiety and cutting is a thing called negative replacement. For instance, when they're feeling anxious, they use a rubber band and they snap their arm. Helps students reduce stress. If I send you home with some rubber bands, would you be willing to try that out?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. I'm also going to invite your parents to participate in a family communication skills group so they can learn tools to reduce stress triggers and help them to become better listeners. It sounds like your parents also have difficulty with communicating with them. I want to help you out with that as well. Is that all right?
Yeah.
I'd like you to try breathing exercises to immediately reduce stress when feeling triggered. Before you go, is it okay if we try that together?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna take a deep breath in. We're gonna hold it for 5 seconds, and then we're gonna do a slow exhale. So okay, let's do this together. Deep breath in. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And inhale in. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale. How did that feel?
I definitely feel a little less anxious.
Okay.
I'm ready to see my parents.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to call your parents right now, and we'll walk over. I'll have you stay with my coworker. I'll call your parents. I'll let you know when I've called your parents, and when they arrive, I'll let you know when they're here. I'll talk to them privately, and then when you're ready, we'll have you join us. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you next week.